Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Pink Property Podcast. I'm Leo O'Brien, director here at David Lee, here with my colleague and business partner, David Kirby.
Morning.
And today I wanted to discuss one of the long list of a number of hit shows coming through on Netflix, and it's one called Marriage or Mortgage. The idea behind it is that, and the concept of the show is that a couple would have their savings all prepped and ready together, and then a real estate agent, because it's in America, and a wedding planner go head to head and try to convince the couple whether to spend their money in buying a home or in actually spending the money and getting married itself. Bit of a strange concept, but
yeah, I think it's a good concept. Great idea. Weddings are very expensive.
They are.
It is something you have to consider, and if you're a young couple looking to get on a property ladder, you've also got this concern of, well, we should get married as well. Lots of big money.
Those life events as well. They all tend to come within a very short, condensed period. Usually, don't they? Sort of married, house purchase. Baby can usually come within a year, 2 years after as well. So all these things tend to roll in quite quickly. And I suppose, in the UK, average first-time buyers deposits need to be in the region of around £30,000. A pretty plush wedding's certainly going to be in that range, if not more. However, I suppose in the current concepts, what would we do? I think in the environment, there's probably a few things to consider.
Yeah, I think where we're in property, maybe my view's slightly different than others, but I do think weddings are a massive amount of money that for one day. I'm not sure. I see the benefits of buying a house, and I think if it was my choice, I'd certainly put money into house first. Wedding's super important, and being a couple, I'm married and it's great. But 30 grand on a wedding or 30 grand into a house purchase, I know which way I'll go first.
I think if I was to lay a bit of an argument for it now, it would be, look, with the current lockdown and the restrictions in place, you're actually only allowed 30 people to attend a wedding at present, and some people have been nudging their weddings back for months and even up to a year or more behind now because of the restrictions around who can actually come to your wedding. So I would be looking at, look, actually, can I hold the wedding I want to now, or should we wait to be able to hold the big bash, the big white wedding that we want to? And you just cannot ignore the house price growth that's going on in the market right now. Over the past 2 years, we've seen fantastic growth. I mentioned on previous podcasts the sort of rate of growth that we're seeing, but on average in this sort of southeast region that we are, east of England here, we've probably seen on average 10% in all of our areas over the past year. So actually your money is working for you potentially while you're not having the wedding of your dreams and what you'd set out to be. So just looking at some basic numbers, if you were to buy a house in our region as a first time home at £350,000, putting down a 10% deposit is 35 grand. As we said, 35 grand can be spent relatively easily on a big wedding with a honeymoon and all that comes with it. However, if you were to make that investment into a property and have a bit of a plan around using that money to buy and invest, getting the roof over your head, getting yourself out of rented and potentially throwing money away from an asset rather than into an asset and paying a mortgage down, and we're able to focus on that mortgage over a 2-year period and get yourself a 2-year mortgage deal, you could potentially pay down enough, see a nice bit of market growth, and then remortgage your property after 2 years, pulling that money back out, allowing you to have the wedding of your dreams with enough people at it, more than 30. I think that would be my kind of plan of action for somebody looking at it right now, knowing that the current restrictions are in place, and certainly wedding market is probably going to be super busy once it does start to open up for everybody that's already been waiting to get it done. So this way you can complete both life events without having to re-save up another £30,000 or more to do both. So that would be my convincer of an argument. I don't know which approach a wedding planner would take to it, but it would be certainly an interesting show. They may well bring it to the UK. It could be an interesting one. But look out for it. It's on Netflix, and that's the first season. So
interesting.
So a little bit different for this week. But thanks as ever for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.